Hello, everyone. It's that time again. Time for another commentary segment. This is Commentary with Ozzy Rose. Hello, everyone. I'm Ozzy Rose. I hope everyone's having a great day today. I have no complaints as usual. Anyways, as y'all know, I never have a topic till right when I get ready to shoot this little 10-minute segment. The topic for today is staying busy. Uh, I can't speak for everybody, I guess you could say, but I like staying busy 7 days a week, 7 nights a week till I fall out. That's the way I like it. But I'm an addict. I tend to believe, now there might be some addicts that say different, but I'm talking about us addicts who stay clean from drugs and alcohol. I believe we have to stay busy. It's like a friend of mine told me once. His name was Charlie. He said, "You know, Ozzy, idle mind, idle thought." I said, "Right," and that was right before I started doing the strutting thing here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, live show, this commentary segment, a bunch of other stuff, and he was right. I mean, there might be some addicts that are abstaining like I do, that may say different. But I tend to believe that's true. Whether you're an addict to alcohol, drugs, or whatever you was an addict to, you know, I believe we have to stay busy. Now, I'm not saying that other addicts like me don't need a day or two off a week. I'm not saying that by no means. But for me, no. Do I take a day off? No. No. But I'm just giving me as an example. And that's what I do in these 10-minute commentary segments. I mainly give you an example as far as I go. And it's true. I was an addict, as y'all know, to meth and to 100 proof peppermint schnapps. So that is what has worked for me ever since the day I got clean. Ever since the day I got clean, I have stayed extremely busy. And that's what works for me. Now I am blessed that I don't have the desire still to this day, I don't have the desire to go drink or do that drug. And I don't, that's where I'm blessed at. Not to say it can't hit me at any time. I'm not saying that. But staying busy truly is what works for me. Really, when I look back on my life, one reason too I stayed busy is I wasted so much of my life, succumbed to depression. I didn't do nothing with my life. I mean, but sit, breathe, eat, drink, sleep, piss and shit, and that's all I did for nearly 30 years. You know, and that was long before I ever became an addict to a drug or a drink. I did nothing with my life. So I don't feel I have 30 years. I mean, the good Lord could bless me with 30 years. He could, but I don't see it. And I don't care what's said about me when I'm dead and gone, because I'm not going to know who I am when I'm dead and gone. Uh, uh, but it's nice to be well known here in Jonesboro, Arkansas today for a positive thing. But still, I knew a guy in Paragould who owns a paint business over there, and he said, and he was a Christian man. He said, Ozzy, everybody's doing at least one thing. Some have to have that one cup or two of coffee every day, or they'll tell you they ain't right. And I was still using it at the time and drinking, and I said, you're right. Now me, of course, most people know me around here. Yeah, I do. I'm trying not to get off topic here, but I'm high caffeine. But some days I don't drink no coffee. Some days I don't do no energy shots. Some days I don't drink no Monsters. Then more days than not than I do. Can I do without it? Yeah. But most people know I smoke cigarettes and smoke my cigars. I don't promote it. Don't get me wrong. I never have and never will. But could I go without them? Sure. I can quit them if I really wanted to. But I don't want to. So I've had emphysema since I was 29, and that's one reason why I don't promote it. That's not just because of cancers. You get emphysema at a young age, or at an elderly age. You just don't want it. But I'm trying not to get off topic here, but I know in this country it seems like anymore, most people are staying busy anyways. I think everybody is rushed to death in this country. Everybody has to multitask to do things. What meaning, you got to do several things at one time. This is not the 80s anymore, where you could just do one thing at a time. I believe everybody's OCD to death in this country too. Everybody's anxiety level is out the roof. Even for people that don't work. That's what I'm saying. It's a different time and place. It always is. It changes for every generation. I knew how it was back in the 70s and how it is now. It's nothing like it was in the 70s, you know. But of course, we got computer technology big time. But things that are supposed to be a lot more easier today doesn't seem like they are so much anymore, you know. But I mean, there might be some that differ from me and say that, well, I was an addict to drugs or alcohol, and staying busy all the time does not work for me. Everybody knows how they're tuned, and I would say you go with how you're tuned. Don't listen to me. Which I don't tell people what to do. That's just me. I stay in my own lane. I just give you more or less examples in this commentary segment of what does for me, But getting back onto the topic here, that's what it seems like in this country. Everybody is just so busy anymore. There used to be an old saying. It used to be a simpler time and place. It really did. I've seen how it was from '79, well, really 1980 back. It was a really more simpler place and time. Then when the '80s hit, the computers started coming out here and there, and then the late '80s, early '90s really coming out. I think that has a lot to do with why everybody is busy to death. I wish this country as a whole could take a break and say, hey, we're all going to have a week's vacation and just do nothing. But that's not how it always seems to go, I know there's a lot of people that takes a week's vacation, 2 weeks vacation. Of course, they do deserve that when they do that, because most people at work today are working themselves to death, it seems like, Me, do I work? I don't get paid for my type of work, but I stay extremely busy. But I love staying extremely busy. I do. It's what works for me. Even if I hadn't been an addict to anything, that's what would have worked for me. I wish that I was busy back when I succumbed from depression. I do believe that does help. That will work for you. If you stay busy with depression, then you kick depression's ass. And it works for me. That's why I stay busy. I stay in shape. It's not just because I'm an addict. It works. Staying busy for me takes care of emotional, mental, and physical. And it does. And I live a very happy life. Where for 50 years I didn't live such a happy life. And I know there's others out there like me who have succumbed from depression. I had a woman and her daughter stop me, I want to say a couple of months ago, on Caraway Road, and she suffered from manic depression, and she said I was kind of like an inspiration to her. And I told her, I said, well, as you know, it's not easy when you suffer from depression. I said, just go walking, is what I told her. I said, if you just go walking, sweetheart, 3 days a week, I said it will totally work for you. And she said she was going to do that. So I would say, when you look at me, just think of busy. That's me. Staying busy, because that's what works for me, and it truly does. And everybody here knows I'm up to doing good. They know if I'm staying busy, still doing everything that I'm doing, that I'm not out there drinking, I'm not out there drugging, and they know that about me here in Jonesboro. So, they know if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing every day, then they're going to start thinking, well, he just might be drinking or using the drug, and I don't blame them. I would be thinking that about me too, So, staying busy, I know it doesn't work necessarily for everybody, but it truly works for me. And I hope if you learn anything from me, that you can kick mental illness, you can kick physical illness. Just when you look at me, say, hey man, that guy's busy, and he's happy staying busy. And that is the truth. Well, that's going to about wrap it for today's commentary segment. I hope everyone has a great day today and a great night tonight. And I'll be back out there strutting first thing tomorrow, everybody. So long, everybody. God bless you all. Have a great night.